Epictetus talks about not just talking about philosophy, but about living it, right? He talks about sheep, and he goes, sheep don't eat grass and then vomit it back up to be like, hey, shepherd, look what I just ate, right? They eat the grass and then they produce wool and milk. And so the shepherd is able to see what has happened, right? In the same way that you're talking about, leaders don't often have to say, hey, everybody, be calm under pressure. In fact, that often doesn't really help anything at all, right? But you can show the result of your own training like that. You can show the wool and milk of your training by being calm under that pressure, and that it does, that creates those ripples out from you in terms of your team and your family and everybody around you.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to touch on your martial arts training as well, because I understand that you're heavy into your martial arts, whether it's Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How does that discipline help you to, how does that transfer into all areas of your life? Because I know that the Stoics talked about, how every discipline will feed into the other, right? Like we want to make sure that our training, obviously helps us in all areas of our life. How does it help you?
Yeah, Miyamano Musashi, the author of the Book of Five Rings, said, if you know the way broadly, you will see it in all things. And I think that's true in the sense that any training that you put into yourself to sharpen your version of yourself, to sharpen your own sword, is training that will help you in all of your other spaces. I am I'm lucky to have been introduced to martial arts at a pretty young age by my family, and to have a initial martial arts instructor who was really deep into the philosophy of it, and understood that it's not just about learning to throw a punch and a kick, it's about sharpening your mind so that you can respond better to existence. Incredibly fortunate for that. And lately I am incredibly lucky to train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out here in LA, which is just wonderful. And I have an incredible professor that I study with. And but that constant discipline of throwing yourself into situations where you are uncomfortable and training yourself to react there, right? You're finding these situations of pressure, uncertainty, and impact a little different than in the ER. But if you're in a jiu-jitsu, you're rolling, there is pressure, there is uncertainty, and there is impact, right? And you're training yourself to be in these situations and to train your response to them over and over and over again. The former Navy SEAL and leadership expert like Jocko Willink talks about this kind of thing a lot when he talks about jiu-jitsu and sort of why everybody should train jiu-jitsu, to the point where you're out there throwing yourselves in these situations that are oftentimes extremely uncomfortable and really challenging, and you're watching how you respond to it, right? You're polishing yourself with what's that Seneca quote, like, gems can't be polished without friction, and neither can a person without trial, something like that.
Yeah. I know the one that you're talking about. Okay. I'm not going to do a better job of you than paraphrasing that.
Yeah. But that idea that like if you want to be able to perform under pressure, you have to train yourself under pressure. And the truth is that all of our lives, whatever we do, involves performance under pressure. Every single person. There's not a career out there that I know of that doesn't have performance under pressure. And so you have to train yourself. You have to become a student of pressure, right? In one way or another. And I think martial arts is a really wonderful, visceral way to do that. Plus, it's incredibly fun.